You know, Jerusalem, guys, is made of gold. The walls, the floors, the mansions. Guys. How many years will we have to work to get that? Will we even get it after so many years? No, the guy speaks things into existence. So he knows the beauty. That guy, guys, is the one who created raw materials. He knows beauty. He knows beauty. You know, so the kingdom of heaven is valuable. It's treasure. You give up. You give up. That's what this parable is all about. You're giving up because you've seen this beauty. You understand, wow, this is what this guy has hidden. You know, if you see a person who's giving up the things of the world, that person has seen something they don't want to share with you. Paul says, I ain't sharing with you. Paul says, I ain't sharing with you. I've been to third heaven and I ain't sharing with you. You know, and he says, no eye has seen, no ear heard, no mind has conceived the things that God has prepared for those who love him. But he has revealed them to us. It's secrets. It's secrets, guys. Jesus tells them, he says, in my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I wouldn't have told you. Jesus is selling to them the kingdom of heaven because he wants them to give up the things of the world. And Jesus showed them these things, guys, of the kingdom of heaven because he wanted them to have proof of what he was saying. Thus, when they come to us and preach to us, even though we won't believe them, they will not be dissuaded from the way because they were just a few against a throng, or of people here on earth. So Jesus had to prove it to them. That's why they were so beaten. They were flogged. Everything happened to them, but they could not dissuade from the way because they had proof, of those things. So their eyes were fixed. Their eyes were fixated. Even Paul, in the letter to the Colossians. That's why I say, guys, Paul, we're going to keep speaking about Paul, because that guy is extremely wise. He says that fix your eyes on things above, not on things below. Why? Paul had seen the things above. You have not seen the things above, but Paul has seen the things above. He's preaching about things that he knows. Guys, how difficult it is to deal with that man upstairs. That guy is so strange sometimes. He will not show you things, but he will go straight to your 6-year-old. He'll go straight to your 10-year-old. He'll go straight to your 15-year-old and show them things. And your 15-year-old will behave in a way that you don't understand because the 15-year-old will not care about the things of the world, and you will be so angry you will not even understand why your 15-year-old is behaving like this. Why? The man upstairs has revealed himself to your 15-year-old, has revealed things to your 15-year-old, yet not to you. You understand? So when he reveals things, it's for that person. Yes, he will want the person to go, obviously, that the person will have to be tested to measure that you won't believe, but he will want the person to go about and preach this kingdom of heaven and stand opposition and stand trials. You understand? Because the person has proof now. The person knows what they are talking about. Look, guys, there is a great difference between a person who reads about something and a person who's been to a place. You understand? So Paul has been to that heaven, but you have read about heaven. So Paul is gonna be difficult for Paul to listen to you when you have read about heaven and he has been there. You understand what I'm talking about, guys? So it's difficult to understand the things that Jesus was speaking about when he was there and you just read about. You understand? So that man reveals himself to you, but it doesn't reveal himself to another. And this person, Jesus is just a theory. To this other person, God is a theory. To this other person, heaven is a theory. But to this other, the one who has seen, it's reality. So you will see that reality by their actions. You will see this reality by what they say. Guys, it's just that it's so difficult here on earth because here on earth, we are so fixated at science. And guys, I'm not against science. I've spoken about this. I'm not against science, guys. I mean, I'm in the body. I'm a spirit in the body, so I'm not against science. But, I always say this, science, guys, is more or less the same, but their results are accurate. They're 100%. The problem is that their results were founded after Satan took over, meaning after the world changed. If you read Romans chapter 8, Paul explains that after Adam died spiritually, the world changed and it was subject to fertility. So everything changed, you understand, waiting for the children of God to be glorified, Nevertheless, after that it changed. So Adam was banished even from the Garden of Eden, meaning he was banished from the administration of God, from the covenant of God, from the fellowship of God, and stuff of God was banished, and the world changed. Satan took over right there. So the science takes their findings from that kingdom. So their science will never prove God. Their science will never prove his word. You understand? They can never prove it because their results are founded on what happened after Satan took over. You understand? So their results are founded in deadness. I don't know, guys, if you understand. So their results are 100%. I believe their result, but because I've got proof of the spiritual realm, for me, it's just 50-50. I look at what they're saying and I'm like, yeah, I understand what they're saying. Human being can't fly. And then I deal with Jesus, and Jesus says there's going to be rapture. And I'm saying, yeah, I believe that. Why? I know the spirit realm. You understand? So it's like I'm looking at the world from both eyes. Even though, guys, for me, it's not about speaking about my experiences. My experiences are not important. What is important is the message of the kingdom of heaven. What is important is what Jesus is saying. You understand? And we need to stick with what Jesus is saying. But I'm trying to explain that I'm not against the message of science. But I'm only saying that their findings are 100% accurate, but they are based on deadness after Satan took over here on earth and the world died, meaning it changed completely. Nobody will tell you the administration of God, how it looked like. No person, guys, here on earth will tell you how Garden of Eden was like, because Adam was banished from there and it was only him and the wife. So that we need to understand. I'm not against science. I understand it, but it's not it. Thank you.